Alright, final community, time for another video. This one is another impromptu one. A couple of weeks ago I've done a stream on the Heavy Metallurgy channel with Marty, with Ben the Brain Smasher, and Roger Kjörvik. We talked about underrated death metal, and I'm not talking too much about death metal here on my channel. But I have a very long journey through that genre. It started around the late 80s. I got to know death with Scream Bloody Gore by late 87. I got a couple of friends who taped me Possessed and Carnivore and all that heavy stuff. I've told that before. And yeah, I dug deeper and deeper and deeper. That one would have suited me well back in that time already. So, before the time of internet, as we all know, we had samplers, compilation LPs like Metal Massacre. The Stars on Thrash was pretty huge here in Europe. We had the Doomsday News compilation, so we got to know more and more bands. So in Germany we had stuff like that. Only Death is Real, this is volume 1. They had a series of Only Death is Real, and it had the real underground stuff, so just demo bands on here. For example, Acephalus, Apotheosis, Bloodsoaked, Cerebroside. Cerebroside is a cool band. Destiny were friends of mine back then. Profanity, they are still active. And they did it like that, with little info and contact for the bands. That was nice to discover a lot of stuff over here. Then we had another compilation, Deathophobia. Same thing here, only underground stuff, only demo stuff. There you go, these are the bands featured on here. The most well-known one might be Bethlehem. Yes, I know Bethlehem since 1993, before they recorded albums. And we had some tape compilations. These were a little bit more international, so yeah, Mind Rape Volume 1 and Volume 2. Local bands on here, but also yeah, international stuff. Medieval, Crucifixion, False Prophet, Armored Angel was on here. So that was around 93 as well. So that's how I got into that shit. In the early 90s, or late 80s, early 90s, the death metal scene in Germany started growing. We had bands like Dark Millennium, for example. They released some demos. And later on in the early 90s, the debut album, we had Morgoth. I used to contact Morgoth for their second demo, which was later released as the what is it called? Their first EP. Tell me. Resurrection of Third, yeah. Unfortunately, I lended my first 2 Morgoth demos to a friend and never got them back. Thank you. And the scene became a little bit more local as well. So we started to discover bands around our area. So let's start with what's playing in the background. This is Violation's first demo tape, Carbonized, released in 1996. Yes, I was in that band later on in the late 90s. I still got the old ad flyer for the demo. Everything is printed on a glossy paper. So that's what's playing in the background. Later on, they recorded their debut album, Beyond the Graves, in Sweden. Yes, in Abyss Studios, released on Last Episode Records. And then their guitar player Larsen and their singer Barney, they concentrated on their other bands. One is called Cryptic Wintermoon and the other band is called Lord... No, it's Lord Astaroth. This is their Franconian Frost 7-inch. I'm gonna pull that out. So yeah. From time to time I meet a couple of those people. Not very often, but yeah, from time to time. My girlfriend is from that area. So yeah, very deep connection. We had a pub around the corner where every band was meeting up. Bethlehem came by and visited us. Bands like Disaster or Purgatory came by and visited us. Yeah. And Violation's final album was recorded in 1999 or 2000? 1999, yeah. Again, Abyss Studios by Tommy Techgren. I've told that story before. And yeah, I did not sing on the... Cover's flying out. I did not sing on the album, but there you go, I was already on the band pictures. Shown that before. I was pretty evil and I had more hair than today. So yeah, I was in the band for a couple of years, but then decided to stop it. Yeah. Okay, where do we go next? I talked about Purgatory. Purgatory was called Musical Massacre before that, and they released their very first demo tape in 1992. Their guitar player, René, I used to trade tapes with. My tape is signed. It says Hail Death. Satan, yeah. So, like I said, Musical Massacre later became Purgatory. I've got an example right here. That is a coincidence. They released a lot of albums since their early days, and they released their newest one this month, last month. Yeah, Purgatory. If you like a band like Vader or the Polish death metal stuff, do check them out. Purgatory is a great band. I don't know if that shit is available elsewhere than in Germany, but hey. Cheers. Another pretty early one. I don't have their first demo, but a little bit east from here, very early on, before the wall came down, a band like Eminence started. This is their debut album. Like I said, I don't have the demo tape anymore. This is a more recent re-release on Darkness Shall Rise Productions. Really well done. So I got to know them in the mid 90s, around the time they were recording that. We were visiting them in the practice room. We played in Annaberg, where they came from. Early dark, let's call it dark metal. They've got a little bit of black metal in there and a lot of death metal. This one should be available everywhere. Maybe a couple of you know that. Another very important one in my journey into death metal, into local death metal, was the next one. So I'm gonna play that for you. Bear with me. Or in this case, bear with me. So, 1993 saw the release of Obsessed to Defy by a band called Cabal. This is one of my favorite demos from the 90s. Great logo, great cover. Obsessed to Defy, great title. Yeah. God, I love this demo. I have to look it up if there's a re-release on CD, but I don't believe so. I think I have to I have to contact Swarmy again. This was their singer and guitar player. These next bands are all from the same area. That was about 40, 50 miles from where I grew up, and all these bands we played with. And all these bands were great live bands. Let's start with this one. The band is called Absurd Existence and the album is called Angel Wings. This is more in the vein of the Peaceful 3, especially very early Anathema. So it's got a lot of spoken word performances and deep growls. Very, very slow, very moody. I just recently found their demo tape, but I ordered it, but it hasn't arrived yet. So I had a copy of the demo tape, but yeah, I think I lost it while moving, something like that. But I think when my new copy will turn up, I will find the old one as well. So, Absurd Existence, Angel Wings. I think this one is still available in Germany for about 2 or 3 euros. And it's nothing special, but it's a good one. Listen to that, I love it. If you don't have the connection to it, I think you will find it's generic, but great. Another demo tape from 1994. Like I said, the same area than Absurd Existence. A band called Memorial Day. By the way, these demos are all originals. A couple of musicians from Memorial Day are still active. They're playing still playing death metal. They have different band names. I can't remember right now, but still playing death metal. Yeah. This is their demo called Incurable Emotions from 1994. And around that time we played, yeah, 94, 95 we played a couple of shows together. During that time they recorded and released their album Embark Hades with awesome cover artwork. The CD is done really well. This is not on a label. This is all self-financed. So no barcode, no label on that. This is a great little CD. I don't know if it's worth anything, but to me it's worth a lot. Yeah. Done it really well. And another very important one for me, again from the same, they were from the same town actually, was this one. I've shown that one before, and we're gonna listen to that a little bit. This is a re-release. The original CD is, I sold it. That was a self-release CD, but some, I guess it is a US label, I can't read it. Raw Records with a Z. His vocals are great. The music of Melkor by Infected Virulence. Are they called Infected Virulence or Virulence? Like I said, this is just a re-release, but I think this one is pretty expensive as well. I'm still looking for their very first demo tape, but it's available nowhere. I met the brother of the old guitar player a couple of years ago. I should have asked him about the demo tape. This is an awesome little local record to me. And the last one is from 1999. The band is called E605, E605. And the album is called Better Luck Next Time. Again, a little bit on the more melodic side. This is when 1999 was when the Swedish scene, the Gothenburg scene started to really bloom. They got a couple of influences from there. Very dark melodies, of course. And they financed, this is a self-release as well, and they've financed their CD by impressing some local pubs and music stores on there. Very cool. And they were a great live band as well. So, that's it. Death metal from the underground of Germany. I have so much history with a couple of those, so check out this one if you can find it. Check out the Eminence stuff. And very important, the Cabal demo. I have to look it up on YouTube if I can find it there. So, okay, that's it. Have a nice evening and start digging for underground death metal. Good night.